Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're doing my monthly favorites from February. How time has flown by. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. As many of you know, I have an online beauty consulting service, and this is where you and I chat about your beauty concerns. So sometimes people buy eyeshadow palettes because they're beautiful, but then they get home and they have no idea what to do with it. In that case, you and I can have a one-on-one coaching session where I show you exactly where to apply which shade with which brush. Maybe you have questions about your skincare, maybe things used to work a certain way and now they're not, and you just have some questions. And the benefit of using my service is you don't get that pressure of sales. I work for myself. So I don't really care what brand or what product you buy, if you buy any products at all. I will give you my expert advice, my knowledge, my experience in the industry, and you won't get that added sales pressure that you often experience at a department store or at a shopping center. So if you want to make an appointment, click the link in the description box down below. All right, let's dive into some monthly favorites. So first of all, I have a couple of new foundations, which is surprising to have two brand new foundations, but here we are. The first one is in fact what I'm wearing today on my complexion. This is the Chantecaille Future Skin Cushion Foundation in the shade Nude. This is a very beautiful and very natural, soft, luminous foundation. It gives me just the right amount of coverage and just the right amount of glow. It's really natural, but offers a good amount of coverage. It definitely covers more than the original Future Skin from Chantecaille. I'm a pretty big fan of the original Future Skin foundation, but the previous one was in a jar. It could be a little bit messier, whereas this is in a compact. You get a cushion. It's just less messy. It also feels like less work. Like as soon as you put the cushion in and on your skin, you just get this like magical transformation right away. I'm a really big fan. I will definitely repurchase this one. Luckily, when you buy the foundation, you get a backup of the refill, so I won't have to buy a new one right away, but I definitely think it's fantastic. And the shade Nude really works for me. I wasn't sure which color to buy, but their shade range is this like weird flexible one where like each shade can fit maybe 2 or 3 different people. So it can stretch more light or darker. It's really fascinating. Speaking of Chantecaille, I also picked up the beautiful Butterfly Springtime Quartet here. This is part of the spring release for this year. And this is in fact what I'm wearing on my eyes. For me, the beautiful green shadow is the one showstopper, the scene stealer from this entire palette here. So this compact is absolutely stunning. I mean, Chantecaille always gets us with their most beautiful packaging, and this is no exception here. So the colors in this palette here are just to symbolize like the flutter of a butterfly's wings. You get these beautiful satin finish shimmer shadows, and then the green one here is this like luxe triple chrome pearlescent shade. I'm all about the extra eyeshadow, so I really love this one here. I do think that the formula is similar to the Hummingbird palette from last year. Just that super satiny, buttery finish. There is no matte in here, so it is a little bit extra. It's not the most subtle palette ever, but I'm really happy that I got it, and I'm very happy to add it to my collection. Moving on to some Dior. This is my second cushion foundation here. I was just 2 for 2. I just decided to try 2 new cushions, and they turned out really lovely. This is the Dior Forever Perfect Cushion, and I have the shade 2 Neutral. So the Forever Perfect Cushion formula is not new. However, every year or so, Dior likes to do a new limited edition compact. So just the shell itself with the Dior Minya logo is limited edition. And something about this just really pulled at my heartstrings and my wallet. I just had to get it, and I did. And I'm really surprised with how much I enjoy this foundation because it's matte. It isn't this super drying formula, but it is matte. And normally I avoid any matte foundation, but this one here gives you just like a soft, velvety matte finish. It looks like your skin texture, but better. It's not too dewy, not too luminous, not overly drying as well. It's just like a really lovely, perfect finish. And I am so happy that I got this. I love the formula. I love the compact, it's so beautiful, and I truly do love the formula, and I'm really impressed that it isn't too drying on me. Like, there's no texture, it doesn't settle into any fine lines or wrinkles, and the same goes for this Chantecaille cushion. Like, both of these wear beautifully all day, mask resistant, don't move, they don't flake, they don't get into any creases, they just stay perfectly in place. And I'm especially excited to see how this wears in the warmer months because this is holding up really nicely even in the cold, dry winter months. So I think it'll be even lovelier in the warmer, more humid climate in the summer. So something else that I got here from Dior is a nail color. This is called 661 Bonheur. This is not new, but it's new to me. I believe this came out a few years ago for a spring release, and I decided to pick it up because I was just feeling festive. I felt the need for a bubblegum pink, very springtime type of nail color, and this does not disappoint. It's just a beautiful, super girly pink. It's very long wearing. It lasts for over a week without chipping. I think I ended up removing it just because I got bored of the color and my nails were growing out, but honestly, Dior nail polishes are really underrated. They last a really long time, and I love this color. I hope to see more fun, vibrant colors from them in the future. I wasn't able to get any of their new spring nail polishes this season, so I got this one here, but I hope that in the next few months they come out with some really beautiful colors because I just love this. It's just so bright and pink and flashy, and I just think it's a nice pop of color in the snowy white weather we're dealing with right now. So something else here from Dior, which is not new whatsoever. This is the Dior Backstage Glow Palette. This came out, I think, 2 years ago, maybe 3. But I just kind of rediscovered recently how much I love this. I feel like I do this with this palette. I go through spurts where I use it regularly, I use it all the time, and then I kind of just like forget to, and then I rediscover it, and then I fall in love with it over again. It's just such a beautiful highlighting palette. I think it's wonderful. This is the original one, 001. It's great. I'm happy to be using it again. I'm making a bit of a dent in the gold color here. I think it's wonderful. If you own this palette at home, here is your gentle reminder to dig it out and use it again. Okay, moving on to a Guerlain category. So I went ahead and splurged and I got myself the gold face mist. It's a setting spray, and this here is so extra. First of all, it looks like a bar of gold, just like the shape and the handle here, it looks like a bar of gold. And this is supposed to help set your makeup, add a bit of hydration as well. And I love it. I can't get enough. The mist on this here is so fine. Let me show you. It's just the most delicate, soft mist. It isn't this like jet of product. It's so fine. It's so luxurious, so extra. And I do notice my skin just looking a bit more refreshed, a bit more hydrated. And I do think that it helps my makeup last a little bit longer as well. It could just be that I've drunk the Kool-Aid and I'm in love with this product, but something about it I just really love. I love the finish that it gives my skin, just this like soft, like very sheer, extra little glow. I really like this one. And next up is the Guerlain Meteorite Pearls in the compact, and I have the shade number 2. So I've only recently been testing out the Meteorite Pearls. I have a couple, and it's a really new area for me, but I love it. And I decided to get the compact because I just figured it would be better for travel in the future. I'm building this like mermaid beach vacation hope chest in my mind. And I think that this will just be a really lovely product to bring with me when I travel again in the future. And just on its own, and this is what I wore today over top of my foundation, and I just really like it. It's just this like really soft blur. It kind of just gives you this nice little glow. It's supposed to be color correcting, blotting, but also giving you light at the same time. And I just find that it kind of brightens a little bit. Like, it doesn't change the color of your foundation, but it just sort of like awakens your skin tone. And I like it as a finishing powder because it doesn't dry out. It doesn't change the color of my foundation. It doesn't really look or feel like I'm adding any powder, just this like soft little veil. Also from Guerlain, I have a miniature here of the Mon Guerlain Eau de Parfum, and oh my goodness, what a beautiful perfume. This is very vanilla. It has that sweet, powdery vanilla scent, and you guys know how much I love a vanilla perfume. You get these really soft florals, like a hint of lavender, some iris, a little bit of rose, and it's a vanilla perfume, but it's not too heavy. It's not this like super rich, caramelly, syrupy perfume. It's a sensual vanilla. It reminds me of Chanel Allure, that sort of perfume that's supposed to smell like your skin, that sort of like soft, sensual vanilla fragrance. This is what it reminds me of. I will definitely be picking up a full size of this in the near future. And then from Chanel, I want to talk about a palette that is absolutely not new, but is new to me. This is the Chanel Tissé Cambon. Now, this has been part of the permanent collection for a few years, but I recently picked this up because to me, this just screams spring. The pink, the purple, these like floral shades, as far as I'm concerned, just make me think of spring, spring makeup, spring release, the whole thing. So I bought this and I've been wearing it, and I just think it's like a quintessential spring palette. It's been out for a few years. I do enjoy shopping the permanent collection because I find there's just more ease. It's more leisurely. You're not as stressed out trying to get the latest release before it sells out. This is on the Chanel site, on different retailers as well, so you can really just take your time with this. And what's interesting is all the shades have this like soft satiny finish. There's no matte, so you get this like really soft look, and you can make it more intense or more light, and I'm just happy to add it to my collection. So another perfume discovery that I made this last month or so is this new-ish niche perfumer in Paris named Victoria Minya. And I have no idea how I discovered her site or her perfumes, but I discovered them, and she sells these miniature sets of her fragrances, and I bought myself the Hedonist series. Now here I was thinking, okay, if I buy a sample of 5 perfumes, worst case, I only like one. Actually, worst case is I like all 5 of these. So the first one here, Hedonist, is this very fruity, very sweet fragrance. It makes me think of stone fruit, like a very ripe peach, maybe some rum, some cognac, a little hint of tobacco. It's very gourmand, and I totally love it. Then we have Eau d'Angry, which smells like honey. Just think of, what's it called? Like wild honey you get with like maybe a bit of florals, maybe a hint of some fruit, but it's just this very sweet honey fragrance. Then we have Hedonist Cassis, which is definitely lighter. You have cassis, you have this like black currant scent, maybe a hint of rhubarb and some lemon. It's definitely a lighter, fresher fragrance compared to the other ones. It's not this like heavy gourmand, but you still get the same sort of DNA of like maybe a bit of vanilla, maybe a little bit of powder as well. Then we have Hedonist Iris, which is also light. You get lots of iris, you get some musk, maybe some white musk, maybe some other white florals like jasmine, but I think you get some rose in there as well. It's very powdery, very floral and soft as well. I think this could easily be just like a daytime perfume for the office. And then the last one here is called Hedonist Rose. This one shocks me. It's so good. I don't know. I don't often go for like rose perfumes, but this smells like rose, like Damascus rose and maybe some Bulgarian rose, just lots of roses and maybe white wine. It's a little bit fruity at the same time. It's not this like heavy floral. Sometimes, you know, roses can be a little bit too powerful, but this is like really well balanced. There's definitely a little bit of lemon, I think some peach as well, or some other stone fruit. And you really get this like, yeah, like a glass of like white wine or something. This is what this smells like. So yeah, as you can tell, I totally love this new perfume company. I love the fact that they sell their samples. It's so practical, and I love this hedonist discovery set. All right, moving on to a couple of items I received in PR. So the first one here is from Benefit Cosmetics Canada, and this is their new They're Real Magnet Mascara. So this is what I'm wearing today, and this is what I've been wearing for the past few videos, and it's just a really good mascara. It gives you so much length, so much volume, so much drama. It's exactly what I need in a mascara. It gives you that like fake lash effect without having to wear fake lashes, which is always what I need and what I want from my mascara. Now, you did hear the word magnet. So the way that this works is that the wand of this mascara here is magnetically charged, and then the product here has this like mineral infused formula. So when you pass this through your lashes, both of them are attracted to each other, and it just creates this like extra voluminous, extra lengthening mascara effect. I've tried other Benefit mascaras in the past, like the Roller Lash and the Bad Gal Bang. Historically, the Bad Gal Bang was my favorite, but I think it's been replaced with the They're Real Magnet. It just gives me everything that I need. As far as wear goes, there's no flaking, there's no smudging, it doesn't peel off, it does not transfer onto the brow, and removal is really easy. I do a double cleanse. I like the Pharmacy Green Clean Cleanser, and then I just go in with like the CeraVe cleanser, but it's really easy to remove. It doesn't linger or stain. It's just a really good mascara. Okay, and last up are a couple brushes here from Refer Brushes, and both of these are face brushes. The first one here is the number 17. So technically, I think this could be like a stippling or buffing brush. I like to use it for foundation. So either a cushion, a liquid, a stick, whatever. So the cushion foundations that I've mentioned today all come with their own sponge applicator. But sometimes I just don't really feel like using my hand or getting any product on me. So I just go in with this here, and I just find that this gives you a really nice coverage, whatever it may be. Even a powder, this works really nicely just to push and correct, and I find that it gives you a really nice blurring effect. You know, it looks really natural, not cakey whatsoever. And then the last one here is the brush number 22. So I think technically this is a bronzing brush, but I've been loving it with my Guerlain compact here because it's just so incredibly soft. It feels like some sort of like massage therapy, and the brush is just so diffused that you just spread whatever powder. This Guerlain one, my Chantecaille ones, it just blurs and buffs powders so seamlessly and naturally, so I really like it. I think it's intended for a bronzer, but I'm going to use it for a face powder. Alright guys, I think this about does it for today's video. I love a favorites video because it makes me look back to what's something that's new that I couldn't get enough of, or what's an old favorite that I just discovered or rediscovered. Let me know down in the comments what you think of today's video, and also let me know what were some of your favorites from February. Were any of these beauty items your favorites? Sound off in the comment section down below. Anytime you engage with my channel, whether you like a video or you leave a comment, the YouTube algorithm sees that as positive and will send more people my way. And it's just like a nice way to encourage me in my channel. So make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and also make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell set to on, because just because you're subscribed to my channel does not mean that YouTube will actually notify you when I post a video. So please do those things to encourage me here on my channel. Alright guys, I think this is all I have for today, so thank you all so much for stopping by. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!